and gentlemen, good morning. Guess what time it is? Guess what time it is? Bloodborne time. We'll give the room a few minutes, see who comes in, and then we'll continue our playthrough. Close to the end of the game, at least the base game, and then once we're done with this character, I think we'll switch over for a different character for the DLC. But right now, this is the Milquetoast run, nearly complete. I want to say, guys, if you're watching on YouTube, thanks for stopping by. Ignore that background noise for a second. I will fix it. I just want to say very quickly, thank you for stopping by. Why don't you try watching me live, guys? There should be a link to my channel in the description of the video. My name is Frank Gallows, and I stream as often as I can. We're doing a lot of Bloodborne because I've been in a Bloodborne mood, but we're going to do Diablo, Multiverses, etc., etc. Variety of games, guys. If you guys are interested in that and just chilling out, relaxing, uh, that's the channel. That's the channel for you guys. So I do appreciate it. If you want to watch on YouTube and you're happy with that, feel free to subscribe and comment and everything like that. I'm trying to grow the channel for YouTube as well. So you're welcome in both spots, guys. With that said, I'll be right back. Let me just fix that little background noise and we can get started with the playthrough. Alright, guys, and I am back. I'm back. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, like I said, thank you first of all. Ignore the background noise, guys. I do live in New York City, so you could hear sirens and fireworks. Let's call them fireworks, right? Etc., etc. That is life in a big city. I can't do anything about that, unfortunately. But like I said, we're gonna continue with this playthrough. This is the Milquetoast run. I popped it out by accident. Um, so basically, this is mostly just to showcase a lot of the weapons. The goal is to basically get our fight to 50, and then everything down the board will be 25. And yeah, so that's the plan. Right, so we're gonna get our arc to 25, and then we're gonna get our fight to 40. And then, we might, instead of getting everything to 25, start leveling up, like stats here and there, just to showcase all the weapons. And that is the basic purpose of this like particular run, is just to like be able to see a lot of the weapons. Right now we're using Ludwig's Holy Blade. You can see he's gemmed up. Not the best gems. And we're using the Beast Cutter, which even worse gems. And I'm sorry, guys. That is the general basics of the build. So we're running the good old Ludwigs, like I said. We could talk about like some stuff that I actually like certain builds, but we're continuing up to Murgo's Loft, right? We're gonna go all the way to the top. And as you guys know, I've been watching my Twitch for any amount of time. A lot of my videos are unpublished. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and publish them. For some reason they said I had like some kind of sound copyright issue, which I don't play any music or anything like that. I think I might have picked up like a neighbor's, like maybe song and put it through the wall. Possibly. I'm honestly not too sure. Hey. This is my fault. Okay. It is kind of stuff that just to be used assets, right? Because they were a boss. These shadows are learning. and they ended up becoming reused assets. Which I guess if you like Elden Ring and you play a lot of Elden Ring, that's something you're used to, you know. But I appreciate when like most of the enemies are unique to each area. Like I know where we're at, so I know why they're here, right? But I prefer maybe if they were at least reskinned a little bit, right? Their costume look a little bit different, at the least. But unfortunately, that's just how it goes. I also realized I forgot to gem up my blunderbuss, so we're gonna use the Evelyn just because it has the gem for the HP regen. You know, even though it's not the greatest. You know, if you're going to get a sandwich, you're going to the bathroom, you want to pop a blood vial. It is what it is, right? And the reason that they don't let you see his face is because he has a bunch of eyes. Right, so they want you to get shot. Now, I'm not sure how many, like, souls he drops, or if they're, like, good souls, or what have you. And right now we're just checking something. I want to make sure that I'm not missing anything, right? We're trying to grab everything. And I know we're doing this extremely early, by the way, guys. I usually stream around 8 p.m. Eastern Time if you guys want to catch me live. We might start streaming at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. That way I have, like, a little bit more time with the, you know, with the streaming, and because I'm trying to get out there more often. So that is subject to change. Stay tuned for that. We'll see how it goes. But if you come down to the Twitch side of it, that's no chance. Basically, a lot of my videos are unpublished because they claim to have like some kind of copyright thing, right? And you know, if you guys have been watching me for any amount of time, you know, my channel is very small. Like I purposefully don't like play music or anything like that because I don't want to get like acclaim. You know, so that's why I don't play any of the music that I feel like, you know, I'll get in trouble for. I don't play music in anywhere aside from the game's regular soundtrack that plays while we're playing the game. So I'm gonna go ahead and like start like publishing these on the Twitch side. Is basically what I'm saying. We're gonna start publishing them, and hopefully everything is okay. Oh crap! I didn't realize it was running. That was my fault. It's been quite a while since I've like just done this level in particular. But we're collecting bloodstone chunks. We're gonna get our. I guess we'll be able to get our beast cutter to +9. And originally I envisioned like the beast cutter being our challenge dungeon weapon, you know. And here's a bunch of shadows of Yarnum. Like I said, unfortunately they did just reuse the assets there. That happened. That happened right there. It has been quite some time, right? So, you know, that's how it goes. That's how it goes. You know, I could certainly use some more coffee, actually. But we'll get that in a second. For now, just trying to get our echoes back. Also, for some reason, it feels like I'm not online. Like, you know, on this game, because there should be a bell ringing maiden. Right, so let's actually exit out, because it would be fun if I got invaded. You know, even though this build isn't made for that, it would be funny. It would be interesting. So let's see. It was offline. That's been happening a lot lately. I don't know why. Maybe my internet's been dropping like while I've been playing like regular, right? So let's just start it back up. And it is early, and you know the game is old, so invasions are not likely to happen. Usually, unless you're low level, because you know there's still invaders there. They like to bug you and give you a hard time. So we'll see if anything happens. There goes the bottom. And he still has this really good katana moveset. We're just gonna call it katana, even though like the katanas don't really use that close guard in particular, that whatever it's called. I'm not a sword aficionado right now. I generally don't use this katana. We'll see if I can invade it. We'll even give it a moment. Although I want my blood echoes back. So let's try to get him back first with it. Just grab up to the vials and I see something over there. I see an item that I might want to get. How do I get there though? That's the question. Getting a lot of chunks. So, you know, so, you know, whenever you see a lot of these upgrade materials, that's a sign to start upgrading your weapon. Right, derp. In case you guys didn't know, right? For some reason. But that also means if you're like really trying to save it for a particular weapon, you might want a backup weapon. I know it sucks because you need the chunks for your other, you know, for your main one. But you're gonna need something to get you through, unless you're a Bloodborne god, you know. But if your damage isn't doing too good, that's probably why there's an issue. Maybe there's some clever place. Gotcha. I want to make sure I don't get squished. I say as I get squished. That's what I meant. Give an examination. That's the problem. What about you? I think we're actually close to the next boss anyway. There's really not much here. We picked up all the other stuff. We have our echoes back. All we have to do is deal with Yarnum. There's like an easier way to deal with these shadows, right? There's a group of them. Basically, what you want to do is you want to run by the pigs, right? And run through to the shadows of Yarnum and then run past them. And usually they will fight each other, right? So the pig might try to attack you. He'll like bomb rush all these shadows. And then they'll just start fighting each other and then you pick off the winner. You see, like, they're all walking there with the katanas. They're all weaved out, right? So I don't really want to fight all of them together. I'm gonna have no choice, though. I guess we gotta separate them a little bit. You can see once you get far enough back, they'll start doing their ranged nonsense. but just divide. As best you can, right? If you're arcane or something like that, you can just nuke them from a distance, but unfortunately we're not arcane right now. That's just the way life is sometimes. Wow. I think he was running with the bus. Closer and closer. I do feel like the boss is right there. Also, I am really sorry about the background noise, right? Like, it's very loud for me, so I'm not sure how it sounds for you. A lot of sirens this morning. And this is not the boss for this stage, right? But here she is. This is Queen Yarnum, folks. Let's take off these items here. Let's get our monocular out. This is Queen Yarnum. She's a Dumerian. You can find her in the Chalice Dungeons, and she is a boss in the Chalice Dungeons. As you can see, there's something going on, right? She's missing her baby. I thought she was bald, but I see she has very fair, like, hair and complexion. Right, she does, her hair is just, like, pulled back. Let's take a look at her. As best we can. So, you know, she spilled some wine on her dress. And it's never gonna come out now. That's why she's crying, because there's no cleaners in this era, right? There's no steam cleaners, so her dress is ruined. It was very expensive. There's nothing we could do for her though, guys. And there's Yosefka's blood vial, which is very odd, right? As you guys know, Yosefka's in the very beginning of the game. She's in the hospital, right? She's in the clinic. And we have her vial here, actually. So we'll just take a look at it. Blood vial acquired from Yosefka's clinic. This refined blood, highly invigorating, restores a larger amount of HP. The product of a slow and careful refinement process, this red blood vial appears to be a clinic original. So, you know, it was very, very well made. So how did one of her vials end up here? Right, did she put it in here? Who brought it over here and put it away? You know, these characters did have lives before the hunt began, right? So a lot of stuff has happened. Stuff we're never gonna know about. And here's, this is a shortcut, but we're not gonna use it. We're just gonna... Oh my god. That was close. So as you can see, that's the shortcut to the boss, right? That was the beginning of the stage. Right there. We lucked out. I was lucky. Let's take off binocular. I don't think we could do is keep it down, but take a moment and look. There's a bunch of people from Menses here. Whenever you see these cages, right, that's Menses stuff. Which is funny because, you know, they're dead here, but, you know, it's quite possible they exist in the dreamlands somewhere, or the nightmares, or whatever you want to call it. It's very possible we're gonna die. A lot. And that's one of the reasons. She's just a walking puzzle. Even this is just too slow. She's walking grinder. There's actually two of them. So she has like a little shot. It's all good. I mean, they probably just broke them, right? I get to be more aggressive during this for some time. Oh, okay. I can show them off. I would say the best thing you can do is like just like whenever she does a sprint attack like this, which kind of negates going around her. Unless you have a very fast weapon. So I'm kind of trying to get her out. I was really hoping one of those would have connected. If you're far away, as you know, she has like stretchy limbs too, so sometimes it's better just to go in. Sometimes. Not all the time, guys. Oh, we are fighting very bad today. We're not looking good. It's not looking good. They will phase in and out next to each other. And one usually does try to rush it down. You can keep fighting her though, like you don't really have to keep waiting it out like I'm doing. Then you do have to be careful still. That was some good action. I do need to bring my vitamin up. You might as well just get it. Oh god. No. I was gonna say you might as well just get sloppy, but even me being this careful. Using a the legs is hard sometimes. I'm more used to like you know, using a nice cleaver or spear, right? Where you just you know, you just get in there quickly and then get out. As you heard, the crying stopped, right? The carriage is also gone. Something we can discuss though, because like I said, FromSoft, they really go out of their way. Like, if there is a baby, they really go out of their way to make sure that the baby is not visible, right? If there's a child, you never see the child's face, or like, you know, they're so deformed that they don't look human at all. And I think that has to do like with them avoiding like a certain rating, right? They try to get certain ratings. So, you know, there was a lot of crying. The queen down there, she had a big hole in her belly, right? Her baby was missing. There was a baby over here. Murgo's wet nurse was here, her caretaker. She was guarding the carriage, right? Uh, if you go look at the carriage, right, the carriage is like destroyed now, whatever. The carriage would look like it's empty, right? But keep in mind that Murgo's wet nurse, for all intents and purposes, was invisible herself, right? You could like, if when she lifted her head up, there was just like the all you could see was the cloak, and you could see some of her hands, but I argued like she was maybe wearing gloves or something like that. So I do believe that the implication was that the baby was actually there, but it was just invisible, right? So we helped the baby release itself from this mortal coil, and something that a lot of people don't see is that if you go back to where the queen was at after you finish this little part, right there, crying has stopped. Here's the queen. She's not crying anymore. And she bows and she vanishes. And it wasn't, you know, she wasn't here, it was just her spirit. And she thanks us for releasing her baby, and now she can, you know, be released from the nightmare herself. Which is why I do believe that there was an actual baby in there, right? And I do think this was the carriage right here. Right, the carriage was here. There's like the little bassinet. There's nothing else here. Now, we do desperately need our Vite up, like really bad. I feel like we're right on the cusp of the end of the game. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Good hunter, you have come. Dawn will soon break. This night and this dream will end. Gammon awaits you at the foot of the great tree. Good hunter, your presence somehow soothes. I sense the ancient echoes. They course your veins. Very well, let me.
So there we go, guys, right? The build, we're at the end of the game. The build is basically almost done. All we have left to do is get our Vite up to 50. We'll see if we can pop some blood echoes, because I do need at least 40 Vite. So hopefully we can get like at least 1, 2 more points out of all this. Which I foresee just with like one.
Gammon away. Very well,
Looks like we're close to 1 more point, so I think we can pop some more. Hopefully this is enough.
Gammon away. Very well. Let me.
Okay. I have to be happy with that.
Farewell, good.
I'll take a look at our runes real quick. Actually, we need to do that. We need to look at our stats. Okay, so we have all the HP runes we can get. Physical damage reduction. You know, we don't have all the runes in the game, right? We have an okay amount. You'd have to go into the challenge dungeons and everything to get them. I think we are skipping on the moon window. Yeah, we don't have it. So we could have used it. What I think we'll do is we'll put it on. Could have used it earlier. To be honest with you guys. And we are at the end of the game right now. We are at the end of the playthrough, so we'll just see if we can upgrade our blood gems a little bit. And I guess we will stick with the Ludwigs. And we'll just see if there's anything we could do for these. These waning gems, I think these are called waning gems, are very hard to come by. Luckily, we can use these droplets. And there's a pretty decent one right there. Which means that we could probably use them over here too, so let's take a look. Okay. We'll have to make do with that for now. Attack versus beast is not really good though, because there's a lot of beasts in the game. So keep that in mind. Right, like maybe we don't want this after all. I think we're just gonna take it off actually. And right now we're just looking for attack up, right? So attack up. Or physical, right? You want physical. But we'll take attack up for now because it's like the best we got. So we'll make do with that. And we'll take a look at our weapon one last time. So this is what we got. This is the best we can do. You know, if you're doing a normal playthrough and you're just playing through the game, like you'll probably be a little bit stronger because you focus on strength or skill. Right, your gems won't be great though. You have to really go out of your way to farm for gems. And we're at the end of the game, guys. Are you guys ready for the end? So remember, we're going for a very specific ending. We consume 3/3 chords. And depending on what you choose here, you will, even if you consume 3/3 chords, you really have to pay attention to the dialogue. So as you guys remember, you know, all throughout the game, this door was locked, right? So now it's open. Here's Garmin. Oh man.
Good hunter, you've done well. The night is near its end. Now, I will show you mercy. You will die, forget the dream, and awake under the morning sun. You will be freed from this terrible hunter's dream.
And you can either choose to submit your life or refuse, right? If you submit your life, that takes you to one of the endings regardless, right? So no matter what you do, if you consume 3/3 chords or not, if you submit your life, you get to the first ending. If you want one of the other 2 endings, you'll have to refuse, right? So we're going to refuse. Now, if you refuse and you don't consume 3/3 chords, that'll bring you to the second ending, right? And if you refuse and you consume 3/3 chords, that'll bring you to the third ending.
Dear, what was it? The hunt, the blood, or the horrible dream? It doesn't matter. It always comes down to the hunter's helper to clean up after these sorts of messes. Tonight, Gammon joins the hunt.
And there's Garmin, he looks cool. He's a badass. He still has his little peg foot. It's been quite a long time since I've actually just fought him one-on-one, right? So, oh god. Crap, I forgot about that. You know what's funny? They do use that move right there that he does in Elden Ring, with the Cypher in particular. Where he kind of like tucks it behind his back. So, let's get some bullets. He's beasting. When he does that, stay away from him. He's gonna do like a nice big AoE burst. Camera gets a little wonky sometimes. He didn't do any of his jumping attacks. Very odd, but there you go. And when you consume 3 Dark Chords, this is very important. This cutscene will play out differently. Right, so if you didn't consume 3 Dark Chords, your ending will just play right away right now, basically. Now, I want to go grab German stuff before this fight starts, so we're going to exit the game after this cutscene plays. You can also just die. And then you'll just have to walk back to this boss room. So let's exit the game. So if you know, like I said, if you didn't consume through the records when that cutscene plays, like instead of you fighting them, the ending will just play through. And we'll probably get the other endings on like you know our other characters just so we can see them. That's why I've been raising them like kind of parallel because I'm trying to stay somewhat close so that you know it won't take too long so we get to the endings. But we'll just we'll see if we can purchase Gurman stuff. Hopefully we have enough blood echoes to grab everything. So when you beat Gurman, his weapon becomes available and his clothing. Uh, you know, and unfortunately, like his scythe is like an end game weapon. It looks really cool. I would like to get used to it. Excuse me, guys. But for a lot of people, if you're just playing your playthrough normally, that would be, you know, Gurman would be the last boss, right? And if you consume through their chords, the Moon Presence is the boss. And the Moon Presence basically, also, it's also known as Pale Blood from what I know. And that's what's controlling the Hunter's dream and everything like that, you know. Oh, we didn't get any echoes for beating up. But there's the Burial Blade, that's Gurman's scythe. Let's see how much it costs. It costs quite a bit. It costs quite a bit, so we have a problem right now. I don't know if me killing him will trigger the ending and then I go right away into New Game Plus. Right, so we're just gonna have to risk it and go in there and fight him and see what happens because I don't have any more blood echoes. And I'd rather not go and farm you know, those students. So unfortunately we're gonna have to just do. And he did a crap ton of damage. This is the first. I usually arcane them out, right? I'm usually arcane builds. I don't really fight them hand to hand too much. I don't fight many of these enemies hand to hand these days. What's going on? I don't know what that was when he was doing. As you can see, for some reason he's actually like really weak, like physically. And here's our ending, guys.
Are you cold? Oh, good hunter.
That trophy says childhood's beginning. And that is the end of the game, guys. So basically, if you don't understand what the hell just happened, uh, that little baby great one was us, right? We got to ascend into the next level of humanity, right? So we bring humanity to the next stage of evolution. So we're the next stage, we're the great one, where we are. whatever they're called now, right? We're just a gray one now, and that is the ending you get for this playthrough. And that's the ending you'll get if you consume 3 dark cores and you refuse Fingerman's energy. And then there's 2 other endings. They're both very small, very short endings. As far as endings go, pretty anticlimactic. I'll be honest with you guys. I found all of them are kind of normal. But like, they're very much inspired by like Lovecraft and kind of themes. And Lovecraft's endings are either really bad or just really a lot of nothing happens. So they kind of nailed it in that aspect. Also this is like, I would say it's the good ending. Just because you got to level up, right? I'm not sure if you get to keep your consciousness or what have you. But now you're super powerful, and if you don't mind not looking human, I guess it's not too bad. I think these great ones technically are ageless, or so fun game, very fun game. I love playing this game all the time. Even when I leave the game, I think about it quite a bit. So it is good to get back into it. I think when we switch characters, because I do want to actually have a focused playthrough, we will switch characters and we'll do like the DLC. And we can take a look at the couple characters I have played in the background. They're pretty high level because basically I was grinding and grinding off stream to keep them on par. They might be even slightly better than the character I have here. They are better, without a doubt. But we can take a look at both the builds I've been working on, in particular for the playthrough. And I guess if you guys want to see one versus the other, I can just pick either one of them, and we'll get through it. But we will let the credits play, and I will grab a drink, guys. I do hope you enjoyed this playthrough, and looking at this character in particular. We'll see maybe if I can just level up enough to grab every weapon, and we can take a look at it on a different stream, and we could just take a weapon showcase tour. And maybe that's possible. We'll see what we can do about it. If not, we'll take a look at each weapon as we get them. And maybe my other builds, I'll just pick up the weapons that you couldn't see on the other character, right? That I guess that could be a thing as well. So we'll see. With that said, guys, we're gonna let the credits roll through. I do hope you guys enjoyed this part of the playthrough. I do thank you for joining me through it. This is not a build I'm used to. In particular, like I said, I'm usually arcane build, so it's fun to use a different weapon. Usually, personally, what I do is I have a very high arcane build, and I use the Soul Clear and the Soul Spear and the Cleaver, or the Beast Hunter Scythe, and I just element everything up, and then I'll have my Executioner's Gloves, or I'll have my Black Sky Eye from the DLC, and I basically just hit everything with magic till it dies, right? That's what we usually do. So I didn't know the Moon Presence even did any of those moves like that, because I usually just nuke them. Right, usually that's what happens, but very interesting. And with that said, guys, enjoy the credits. I'll be right back. Let me get something to drink real quick. Hopefully, you guys stick around and we can check out what happens after this, because it's been a while since I beat the game, so I don't know if I could go buy German stuff. We'll check. I'll be back in a few minutes.
all signed and sealed. Now, let's begin the transfusion. Oh, don't you worry.
What did I miss, guys? What did I miss?
Whatever happens, you may think it all.
Did the game automatically just restart? It looks like it restarted itself, right? So we go straight into New Game Plus. I do think this is the same exact cutscene. So we'll just skip it. Testing. Testing, testing. Can you guys hear me? I'm sorry about that. My controller is freaking out a little bit. So, sorry about that, guys. So we're back at the beginning of the game, which it's been quite a while since I just like beat the game by itself. Right? Usually I like to get to that in the game and not go to the New Game Plus a lot of the time. And this is why, because I don't like to go directly. I don't like a game where it forces you directly to go to like the New Game Plus by itself. Right? I prefer for you like I think it's like a Dark Souls 2 or 3 thing where like you beat the game, but then it puts you back at the hub, and you could choose if you want to go to New Game Plus in case you need to wrap up any storylines or things like that, right? You want to keep exploring. So unfortunately, I don't think we have access to all our tombstones again. Right, we're just a New Game Plus by itself. Right, everything is replenished, so this is definitely New Game Plus. Very, very crappy. I don't like that at all. Right, all our shortcuts, everything is gone, so now we would have to actually grind through the actual like stages again. Which I can run through them by myself. It's not a big deal. The fact that I have to do it though, that's like something I don't like a lot at all. So I do advise you guys, if you're like new to the game, as you can see, hopefully you watch past the credits and you notice that you do go to straight to New Game Plus when you beat the game. So keep that in mind when you're about to beat it. If you want to grab German stuff, and you can exit out the game and go get more souls, things like that. If you're like consuming the 3/3 chords. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go to Hunger Stream and see if we can just buy all that stuff. Hopefully it's there. I do believe it is. Okay, so thankfully it looks like we have all our key items, right? So we have all our badges still. So it looks like we will be able to get our belongings, right? But here's the old hunter's badge. This hunter's badge, crafted in Gurman's time, has no practical purpose except perhaps to assist in romanticizing about the past. The badge was a special privilege for the hunters of the past and should not be dishonored. It should be left in peace unless one is truly prepared to assume the will of those gone before. So, basically, if you got the first ending, you become like the new German, right? So you become the new host of the dream. And I do believe that badge just symbolizes his scythe. Right, his burial blade. Like I said, thankfully we do have all the badges, so The shop should be open. You should be able to grab all the stuff, right? The burial blade is very much a new game plus weapon, but you can get it to at the end game if you're getting like uh, if you're getting the ending we just got, you can just kill them and exit out the game, and then get your souls up or your blood echoes. Unfortunately, even though we have 99 insight, the doll, like, you have to come back to the dream a second time to activate the doll. But thankfully, we have the burial blade here. And German's outfit should be available. And we'll take a look at that stuff right now. And we will take a look at the description in just a moment. It's hunter garb. That's quite odd. He didn't have. I don't think he had gloves, but we'll take a look at his regular clothes here, and then we'll check again to make sure. So this is his garb, German's hunter garb. Hunter attire of German, the first hunter. Created before the workshop existed by making adjustments to everyday clothing and later became the basis for all hunter's garb. The hunter's emphasis on engaging beasts with speed and therefore of selecting lightweight attire. Excuse me. The hunters emphasize on engaging beasts with speed and therefore of selecting lightweight attire no doubt traces back to German's own combat style. So German, he just basically modified his regular clothing, probably layered it up, right? Because it's mostly cloth attire, right? Very lightweight gear. And he basically fights the beast with speed, right? Because he's used to fighting, I'm not sure, like how big the beasts are, as opposed to like church hunters and stuff. So he uses lightweight lightweight attire, gets in there, goes all in. And it works against like a lot of the beasts that yard him. Right, and we'll just check very quickly on the rest of the gear, make sure that we're not missing anything. I don't think we are, though. Okay, we're not. Okay, so we have the burial blade, put that on. Take a look at it. Trick weapon wielded by German, the first hunter. A masterpiece that defined the entire array of weapons. Crafted at the workshop. A masterpiece that defined the entire array of weapons crafted at the workshop. Take 3. A masterpiece that defined the entire array of weapons crafted at the workshop. But that's as good as we're gonna get, guys. His blade is forged with ciderite, said to have fallen from the heavens, so his blade is crafted from a meteorite. Kermit surely saw the hunt as a dirge of farewell, wishing only that his prey might rest in peace, never again to awaken to another harrowing nightmare. That's why it's called the burial blade, right? Because he wants to put things to rest, he wants to bury it. That's why it's not just called the scythe. And we'll take a look at it. So here's its untransformed. I do believe they call it like untricked a lot of the time. So if you see like on the forums or anything like that, if they say tricked versus untricked, right? This is his untricked version. Well, we can take a look at his clothes. I think it would look better if I had some hair. But I do like it. I like the hat a lot. The hat is very useful in like a lot of the swag. Like, the fashion born or whatever you want to call it. Right, the fashion souls. You can match the hat with, a lot of the hunter gear. Right. Right, you can match it with a lot of stuff. Right, there you go. So, very cool. I mean, his chest piece is cool too. I like the little scarf. I would have to work to match it with other things. Right off the bat, you can match that with like the manchettes. I don't think we have them. There he goes. Right, I know you could barely see them, but we know they're there. Right, and we'll just have this on for now. But this is his untricked form or transformed. Right, that's his backstep light attack, backstep heavy, heavy, light into heavy. I don't know if there's like a heavy into light. I was trying. Okay, yeah, there is a heavy into light. It looks a little wonky, but you know, charged heavy attack. We'll see if you can charge into itself, right? So heavy, nope, that's it by itself. And then light attack into transformed attack. We'll transform it again. Heavy attack into tricked. And here it is in a tricked form or transformed mode. Transformed form? Is that what we want to call it? Right here it is. I know it looks a little odd, but you really do have to take into account things that are just straight vertical in this game. They're kind of crap because you a lot of the time fight more than one enemy at a time. So this can hit like 2 people if you like angle it like 3 people, and then the follow up is a nice attack like that, right? So you have a lot of coverage. You have a lot of coverage. So here's your backstep inside attack, which is not bad. Roll into like that's not bad either. Running attack. I don't know if there's a running heavy. We can. Oh yeah, there's a running heavy, and that's your vertical if you guys want it. Horizontal. Oh, there it is, guys. That's what it is. That's your vertical. All right, so. There's your charged heavy attack. It is a little unwieldy, but you can kind of lead the enemy into you sometime. And for the sake of it, we'll just do the full combo to run out of stamina. That's my full combo. It might be slightly longer if my stamina is not the highest, right? So there it is right there. And then there it is, folks. That's the barrier. Alright, you can we can take a look at that. Right, that's me transforming in and out from the transform mode. So like light attack into transform attack, into light attack into transform. Right. These are all combos you can try out. Or you can do transformed mode into transform mode. It takes too long, right? You want to keep attacking, so. Unfortunately, you don't get his cool special that he gets. We didn't see it in the cutscene, but he does like a he'll jump up and do like kind of like a wave at you, like a moonlit wave. For the sake of it, we'll do the L2 attack because I haven't seen it. Okay, so if you just do L2, it's just that right there, which you have a nice pick of moves, right? So here's your light, here's your L2, and then here's your R2. If you just tap R2, right? So there you have some decent moves. Right, and you could charge the R2 for that move. So very versatile weapon. Right, of course if it's untransformed, you'll have access to your gun. There he is. Our little German number 2.
Well, just, this was...
And I believe this is like a skill, like a quality kind of weapon. But I think it does fine with strength if you have strength up, right? And I'm not sure on the skill side. I haven't used this too much at all. I'll be honest with you guys. So that I don't know. I do think it's more of a quality weapon. I could be wrong on that, but what we'll do is we'll go back to first floor sick room and then we'll come back here because I do think there's like a little extra that we can see. And then we'll wrap up the playthrough. It'll be done. And we'll discuss, I guess, next time I come back, what character we want to use for like the challenge dungeons and for like the DLC and stuff. We could talk about that now though, but it's a little quiet in here, right? So we'll wait until it's more active. But we'll take a look at Safka's clinic real quick.
Are you? Then now go and good hunting.
So we can't get her blood vial. She just dropped it through the hole in the floor, I guess. And like I said, the one thing I really don't like about being forced into New Game Plus is that like now all our stuff that we have, right? I can't go back and farm like certain enemies for like bloodstone chunks and rocks and stuff like that. Now we're forced to be here. That's something I don't like at all. In the games, they make you do that, right? So, you know, like as much as I love this game, it does have some issues. One of the biggest things I don't like about this game is that I can't respec. Which is why you see that I have like a bunch of characters on the side, because you like if you want to try a different build out, you have to make it from scratch. And then you have to catch up. Like say you are like in a certain part with one character, right? You would like to be in that part with every character. So, you know, if you want to try out other builds, you're gonna have to have like a handful of characters. That's something I don't particularly like, unless it's like say. No, I don't like that at all, right? I like having the option to make more characters, but I don't like making it a necessity if you want to try something different.
I am honored, and you will twimble. Farewell, good.
So there she is, she's back. And I think we have to come back one more time just to make sure. I think even the DLC is gone. We don't have access to the DLC anymore. So you can see, very annoying, right? So if you were saving the DLC until after you beat the story mode, you can't even do that. So, you know, those are like my issues. What we'll do is maybe we could do a bullet hunter's mark. And I'm just checking something. Well, it's not here yet. Maybe we have to leave, right? But we'll just check real quick. We'll grab our weapon. What don't I have? Spear cleaver, axe. Well, we have everything, right? So, oh, we'll get the cane. And I feel like we did have the cane. We'll just get the pistol. And we'll come back here one more time and then we'll wrap up the playthrough. Just checking for some more story stuff. Also, keep in mind when you go to New Game Plus, the enemies are a little bit tougher, right? A little bit more health, they hit harder. So if you're not ready for that, you know, make sure everything you need is all wrapped up, right? Make sure you have all the items you want, make sure everything's leveled up. Make sure you have all the runes you want, because then you'll have to go all the way back through the story to get to the runes, because you can't just teleport there anymore. Oh, do keep that in mind, that is important. Like, now we're missing some major runes that we could have got from the challenge dungeons and stuff like that. I would have to actually get back to being able to make one, I believe. And we just checked the 100 rune last time. I'm sorry, like the game's kind of in and out. I'm not sure why it's doing that. Okay, so oh yeah, I think this is the end of this playthrough, right? I don't plan on keeping this character. I think we will just get rid of him and we'll start a new one. When I come back, we will discuss that.
Very well.
More than likely, I'll be back Monday, guys. We'll see how far we can get his health. Not too far at all. But there you go, level 100. If you have a Milquetoast build and you're doing it just the way I am, You'll have 40 Vite, 25 and everything, aside from endurance, right? And if you want, you could bring your Vite to 50. That'll bring you to 110, right? And then you could bring your endurance up a little bit, or you can get your Vite to 60. That'll bring you to 120. Most builds for PvP end around 120, so you can bring your Vite to 60 if you guys want, and that will be your Milquetoast build.
Farewell, good. May you find.
Let's just talk to her real quick.
Welcome.
Actually,
What is it? Did you? He was a. He said.
Okay.
Farewell, good. May you.
and that is the end of the playthrough. Like I said, when I come back Monday, we will talk about everything else there is to do. Unfortunately, we didn't get to use this rune, which sucks. This gesture, I mean. So I'll have to make it back there, and then we can like show off some other stuff. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. I was hoping that it was gonna take me like give me an option to go to New Game Plus. I forgot, since it's been such a long time since I played this game, this heavily. But here's Make Contact, guys. You need it for something in the game. It's a long animation. We'll just wait it out and take a look. But overall, I do love this game. It's my favorite game of all time, right? And just because it's my favorite game doesn't mean I don't have issues with it, right? There are some major downsides to the game. Mostly that you can't respec. That's the thing I don't like the most, right? And then the New Game Plus force once you beat it. And that's Make Contact, guys. I want to say thank you for stopping by. If you've been watching this whole playthrough, I do appreciate it. I hope you will watch me live, guys. My name is Frank Gallows, and I do stream as often as I can. Usually the streams are 8 p.m. Eastern Time. If you're watching on YouTube, feel free to drop by and watch me live. There's a link to my channel in the description of the video. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Hopefully we can figure out what we're gonna do for the next playthrough. We'll pick a character and we'll stick with them, and they'll be a lot better suited for the playthrough. So stay tuned, guys. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys later. Have a good one.